Chapter 4.9 Later Chalukyas and Hoysalas. Let's know about later Chalukyas. Later Chalukyas were the feudatories of Rashtrakutas. So here, whatever the Rashtrakutas kingdom or the empires tell to the Chalukyas, they used to follow. So he tells that later Chalukyas were the feudatories of Rashtrakutas. They were also called as Chalukyas of Kalyana. Earlier we have studied this. Rashtrakutas were the feudatories of Chalukyas of Badami. Later what happened? After that they have established their kingdom, whom these Rashtrakutas. After passing several years, these later Chalukyas, they became the feudatories of Rashtrakutas, and it can be known as Chalukyas of Kalyana. Tailapa II was the founder of this dynasty. In the sense, later Chalukyas or Chalukyas of Kalyana. As usual, Maniketa was their first capital. In the sense, what about Rashtrakutas? For Rashtrakutas, Maniketa or Malaketa in Gulbarga district was their capital. But with regard to later Chalukyas, what we have to tell, Maniketa was the first capital. Someshwara first. He was a king succeeded after Tailapa II. So this Someshwara first shifted the capital to Kalyana. Actually the first capital was Maniketa or Malaketa. After the kingship of Someshwara first, so this Maniketa, the first capital, has been shifted to Kalyana. Next, Vikramaditya VI, 1076 to 1126 CE. Vikramaditya VI was the greatest ruler of this dynasty, in the sense, later Chalukyas. He ruled for 50 years. He suppressed or defeated the revolt of his brother Jayasimha at Banavasi, that's in Karnataka. So he defeated his brother Jayasimha too at Banavasi. Later, he had to face revolts of Hoysala rulers Ballala I and Vishnuvardhana. He, in the sense Vikramaditya VI, foiled or prevented Kolatunga Chola. So this Kolatunga Chola, actually he is a monarch and Chola belongs to Tamil Nadu. So this Vikramaditya VI prevented Kolatunga Chola's attempt to capture Vengi, that's in Andhra Pradesh. So he is in Tamil Nadu. His intention to capture Vengi, that's in Tamil Nadu. And later what happened? This Vikramaditya VI defeated the Paramaras. They were of Malwa kingdom, that's in Madhya Pradesh. He was successful in suppressing or defeating the revolts of Kadambas of Goa, Shilaharas of Karada. Later he established matrimonial relationship with them, with whom these Kadambas of Goa and Shilaharas of Karada. He sent his ambassador, who this Vikramaditya VI sent his ambassador to the court of Ceylonese king Vijayabahu. His empire stretched from Narmada in the north to Kadapa in the south and the two seas in the east and the west. The Lakshmeshwara inscription gives detail of all his achievements. He had the titles, whom this Vikramaditya's title is Parmadi Deva and Tribhuvanamalla. He started new era called Vikrama era in 1076 CE to commemorate or celebrate his accession or adding to his empire. Vikramaditya VI was succeeded by Someshwara III. The other rulers of this dynasty were Jagademkamalla, Tailapa III, Tribhuvanamalla and Someshwara IV. Cultural contribution. The Chalukyas of Kalyana followed the great tradition of the Chalukyas of Badami and made rich contribution to the culture of Karnataka, especially in literature, art and architecture. Literature. Kannada and Sanskrit literature developed during this period. Which period? This Chalukyas of Kalyana period. Jain writers composed scholarly literature in Kannada. The famous Kannada poet Ranna was patronized by Satyashraya. His famous works are Ajitanatha Purana and Sahasa Bhim Vijaya, or it can be told as Gadayuddha. He was honored as Kavi Chakravarti by his patron, whom this Kannada poet Ranna was honored as Kavi Chakravarti by his patron. The other important authors and works of this period were Chamundaraya II. Lokopakara deals with astronomy, astrology, sculpture and medicine. Sridharacharya. So actually these are the author and their works. Sridharacharya Jataka Tilaka. This is the first authentic astrological work in Kannada. Bilhana, a Kashmir poet, was the court poet of Vikramaditya VI. He wrote a Vikramankadeva Charitam. Next, Someshwara III wrote a Abhilashitarata Chintamani or Manasolasa, which is considered as the first encyclopedia in Sanskrit. Nagavarma II, who was Jagadika Malla's tutor. Actually, this Jagadika Malla was the successor to Vikramaditya VI. So, Nagavarma II, who was the Jagadika Malla's tutor, has written a Kavya Valokana, the work of poetics, Bhasha Bhushana, a work of on grammar, and Abhidhana Vastukasha, the first dictionary in Kannada. Durga Simha, Panchatantra, Chandraraja, Madana Tilaka, Shatinata, Sukumara Charite, Kirtivarma, Govaidya, Nayasena, Dharmamruta, Vigneshwara, Mitakshara Samhita, a work on Hindu law, etc. Art and architecture. Chalukyas of Kalyana were great patron of art and architecture. They continued the architectural style of Chalukyas of Badami. The important temples of their periods are Kukkannur Kaleshwara, Abbaluru Brahmeshwara, Kuruvatti Mallikarjuna, Lakkundi Brahmajinalaya, Kashi Visheshwara, Lakshmeshwara, Shanka Basadi Swameshwara, Dambala Dodda Basaveshwara, Hirehadalagalli, Kaleshwara, Haveri, Siddheshwara, Hanagal, Tarakeshwara Ganapati, Balligavi, Kedareshwara, Tripurambaka, Itagi, Mahadeva. Chandralekha, the queen of Vikramaditya VI, was an expert in dance, music and other fine arts. Hence, she had the title Nritya Vaidyadhari and Abhinaya Saraswati. So, let's know about the Hoysala kingdom. Actually, just now we have completed later Chalukyas or Chalukyas of Kalyana. Now, we are going to learn about Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra. Hoysalas were the feudatories of Chalukyas of Kalyana. Dwarasamudra, it can be also known as Halebeedu, was their capital. Shashakapura or Sosavuru, Angadi in Chikmagalur districts, and Belur were their capital at different times. Sala was the founder of this dynasty. Sala killing a tiger was the royal emblem of Hoysala dynasty. Listen carefully. Here there is a story. A Jain saint, Vardhamana Sudattacharya, was meditating in Vasantika Devi temple at Shashankapura. The temple was surrounded by a dense forest. A tiger appeared from the forest and created fear among the devotees of the temple. The Jaina Muni gave an iron weapon to Sala and ordered him to kill it as boy Sala. Sala, kill it. He killed the tiger. The saint blessed Sala, and Sala is said to have established a kingdom. Hence, the dynasty was called Hoysala dynasty and the emblem was Sala killing a tiger. As such, we have read now, Sala was the founder of this dynasty, Hoysala dynasty. Sala killing a tiger was the royal emblem of Hoysala dynasty. Next, Sala was succeeded by Vinayaditya and Ballala first. Ballala first was the instrument, or Ballala first was involved in the rise of Hoysala power. He was one of the important feudatories in the court of Vikramaditya VI. He attempted to revolt or fight against Vikramaditya VI to gain independence, but failed. Vishnuvardhana, or he can be called as Bitti Deva, 1108 to 1152 CE. Vishnuvardhana was the greatest among the Hoysala kings. He had taken part in many wars during his brother Ballala's regime. He gained a lot of experience in administration as a governor of Nanjangud province. By his ability and might he became the most powerful king in South India. He had many titles. They throw light on his victories. He completely routed, or you can tell as he completely defeated the Cholas from Gangavadi in the Battle of Talakadu in 1014 CE and took the title Talakadugonda. In the celebration or commemoration of this victory, he built Kirtinarayana temple at Talakadu and Channakeshava temple at Beluru Velapura. The coins issued by him after the victory contain the title Sri Talakadukonda. Why? He has defeated the Cholas from Gangavadi in the battle of Talakadukonda. That's why the coin issued by him after the victory contains the title Sri Talakadukonda. Later, he conquered Kongu, Nangalli, Nolambavadi and Hanagallu. The Malavalli inscription tells us that he uprooted or he moved the Cholas from Kolar. Later, he drove the Cholas up to Kanchi and earned the title Kanchigonda. He, in the sense Vishnuvardhana, invaded Madurai, that's in Tamil Nadu, and defeated Pandyas. He also defeated Pandyas of Uchangi and marched up to Rameshwaram. In all these campaigns of Vishnuvardhana, his commander Gangaraja played an important role. The Vishnuvardhana attained fame by driving away Cholas out of Karnataka. He later defeated Kongalvas, that's in Tamil Nadu, and Cholas, they were in Tamil Nadu, who were ruling in Nidugal. The Kongalva king gave his daughter Chandala Devi in marriage to Vishnuvardhana. He also defeated the Alupas of Alvakeda. Vishnuvardhana tried to overthrow the overlordship of Chalukyas of Kalyana. So these Chalukyas of Kalyanas are known as later Chalukyas. But he was defeated by Vikramaditya VI in 1180 CE in the battle of Kannegala. The Chalukyan suzerainty or supremacy continued till the death of Vikramaditya VI. After the death of him, in the sense Vikramaditya VI, his son Swameshwara III, the successor of Vikramaditya VI, came into power in later Chalukyas or Chalukyas of Kalyana. Vishnuvardhana invaded up to river Tungabhadra in the north. In 1140 CE, he won over Hanagal, Uchangi, Bankapura and Banavasi. In 1142 CE, he won over Lakundi. Who? This Vishnuvardhana. We are talking about Vishnuvardhana. He died in 1152 CE. Vishnuvardhana had titles like Mahamandaleshwara, Chalukya Mani Mandalika Chaudamani, Tatpada Patmo Pajvin, Male Parol Ganda, etc. Next, we are going to learn about cultural contribution of Hoysalas. The Hoysala rulers have given rich contribution to the field of religion, literature, art and architecture. A unique style of architecture and sculpture was developed during this period. So their period is known as the golden age of temple architecture in Indian history. So which period is known as golden age of temple architecture in Indian history? The period of Hoysala kingdom. Next, religion. Hoysalas patronized Shaivism, Vaishnavism and Jainism. Many kings followed Jainism. Vittideva alias Vishnuvardhana was a Jain. He was influenced by Sri Ramanujacharya and converted to Sri Vaishnavism. He changed his name from Vittideva to Vishnuvardhana. His queen Shantala Devi and many of his generals were Jains. This shows the religious tolerance of Vishnuvardhana. Literature. Kannada and Sanskrit literature developed during this period. The important library works of Hoysala periods were Nagachandra has written the book Mallinatha Purana, Ramachandra Charitra Purana and Pampa Ramayana. Rajaditya written the book Kshetra Ganita, Vyavahara Ganita and Leelavati. Nayasena, his book is Dharmamrita. Raghavanka, Harichandra Kavya, Siddhama Purana. Harihara, Girija Kalyana, Pampa Shataka and Shivasharamale, Janna, Yashodhra Charitre and Anantanatha Purana, Keshiraja, Shabdamani Darpana. With regard to the Sanskrit work, Trivikrama Pandita, he has written the book Ushaharana. Narayana Pandita written the book Madhava Vijaya and Mani Manjari. Sakala Vidya Chakravarti III has written the book Rukmini Kalyana. Art and architecture. Hoysala combined Vesara and Dravida style and developed a new style of architecture called Hoysala style. The main features of these styles are: number 1, star-shaped base. 2, a star platform is known as Jagati of about 4 feet high. 3, the Jagati round the temple is open Pradakshina Patha. 4, polished pillars with a variety of designs. 5, elaborate carving and beautifully carved Madanika figures. 6, spacious Navaranga, or it can be told as central hall. 7, the Bhuvaneshwari is called carved ceiling. 8, the Vimana Shikara in the pyramidal shape. 9, Garbhagriha ranging from 1 to 5 Ekakuta, Dvikuta, Trikuta, Chatushkuta and Panchakuta. So these are all the Garbhagrihas 5 style. They have built more than 100 temples. Important among them are Channakeshava Ekakuta at Beluru. So this Channakeshava temple is built by whom? You all know that this Channakeshava temple is built by Vishnuvardhana or Bitti Deva. So he tells that Channakeshava temple they are set Ekakuta at Beluru, Hoysaleshwara Dikuta at Halebedu, Keshava Trikuta at Somanathapura, Lakshmi Chatuskuta at Doddagadallavalli, Panchalingeshwara Panchakuta at Govindahalli, Kirtinarayana at Talakuru, Harihareshwara at Harihara, Shiva at Bankapura, Amruteshwara at Amrutapura, Veeraballala temple at Arasikere, etc. They renovated many Jain basidis and built new ones. Vishnuvardhana's queen built the Shavati Gandhavarana basidis at Shravana Both instrumental and vocal music along with dance developed during the Hoysala period. Many queens were the dancers. Shantala, the queen of Vishnuvardhana, was famous as Nati Saraswati, as I told you before.